Hello. I just wanted to give an update. It is April 25th and we have a few things that have changed for us and like the fertility thing, fertility stuff. And I just got home from the doctor a little bit ago and I wanted to give an update while it's fresh. I don't have, look at my cute puppies. I don't have all of the correct like medicines, like how much I'm taking of everything. They're sending that over today so I have more information, but long story short, this past IUI did not work. I found out I was not pregnant. I might cry today because I've been so emotional this morning. I don't know what's going on. I guess I just didn't expect today's appointment to go the way it did, and I'll just tell you. Okay, so I found out the IUI did not work. Actually, yesterday was my official test date, but of course I tested a couple days early. It was negative. I felt like my period was coming. I definitely am so discouraged this time around. I was feeling really, really positive at first, and then realizing that I feel like my period's coming, it just totally, yeah, I've cried about it a few times. I'm not cool with it, to put it bluntly, and or just like long story short, I'm just not cool with it, but there's nothing I can do. So they called me yesterday. I messaged them and told them that my period started yesterday. The test was negative, which you typically do after the IUI. And they called me immediately and was like, hey, can you come in for a scan tomorrow? So I guess I had a couple cysts, which no one really kind of mentioned that. They did, but like maybe I just didn't pay attention. I have a couple of cysts that were hanging onto some of the follicles. Not a big deal, but they wanted to make sure that they disappeared with the follicles with what stage I'm at in my, like I started my period, so they should be gone. So we wanted to do a baseline ultrasound scan, which I've done one in the past, just to make sure we're good to go to start letrozole again to do one more cycle. So she's like, you're gonna have your appointment with Dr. Braybeck, which Dr. Braybeck is the actual doctor of the fertility clinic. When you do IUI scans and like the actual IUI procedure, it's not by her. She does like the IVF. She is your main gal for everything else, but the other people who are qualified and everything else I've grown to love, they're fantastic. Like they've done my appointments thus far. I have met with the doctor a few times just to talk about stuff, which she's fantastic. She's like the best. She's so sweet. But she's very to the point, which I actually appreciate in a doctor, because I'd rather you tell me blunt, straight up, this isn't going to work, this is going to work, do this, don't do this. I want that in a doctor, so I think that's why I really like her. But she's the sweetest gal too. Like it's both. It's like a good mix. So she walks in and she's like, how are we doing? And she's so sweet. And she's like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like that we're doing this many IUIs. She's like, this is it. So this is the last one that we're gearing up for. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I don't know what it looks like to you and your husband, but IVF's the next step and you need to discuss that. Scott and I have discussed it. And like I've mentioned before, we never thought I'd get this close to actually being IVF. And I think that was just me being a little naive and hoping that IUI would work again because it worked with Cruz like the second time. So now we're on the 5th cycle. The first one got canceled. So she's like, this is it. With your age, I can guarantee you a higher percent. It's like 75% of IVF success versus like a 13% IUI success with what I have. Which is tremendous difference, like incredible. It's just the cost of IVF. Are we doing this? So Scott and I need to have a serious talk. If we are doing it, if we're not, I am leaning towards doing it. I don't know what the money looks like on our side of things of like how that happens. I told you I was gonna cry. But I can't stop. Like there's just no way that I think I can stop after trying to make a baby and just leave discouraged. Like, okay, that's it. I guess I'm Cruz's mom, which I love Cruz so much. Like I'd be so lucky to be his mom and only his mom. Like I'm not saying anything negative about that. I want to have another baby. I want a baby. I want Cruz to have a sibling to grow up with. I can't imagine him growing up as an only child. Like I just don't see that in my future. I want another baby. Scott wants another baby. I think we have to go for it. I don't know. Scott and I need to talk. That's my feeling right now. I feel like I have to go for it. So anyway, she's like, let's do the scan. Let's see how everything looks. So she goes in there and she's like, you have severe PCOS, right? And I'm like, no one's told me that. And she's like, oh yeah, there's a lot going on in here. Like you absolutely have PCOS. She's like, do you have heavy periods, like very long cycles? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like I have blood clots all the time. I have really long cycles. They're usually like 30 plus days. when I'm not like being controlled like this. She goes, oh yeah, you have PCOS big time. Which in the past, looking back, everyone has mentioned it, like, hey, have you ever been checked for PCOS? Hey, you have a lot of tissue. Hey, you have like, my ovaries are shit. I've been told that forever, and it all makes sense, but no one's ever straight up said, hey, you have PCOS. So one, I got an answer today for a lot of things, and I feel sad and mad and glad about that. So unexplained infertility is not necessarily true. It is, but I also have PCOS that I'm fighting against to make this happen, and having a baby with PCOS is difficult as well. So long story short, she's like, I'm gonna put you on some medicine to help with this. And I'm like, I should have been on this medicine the past 4 cycles, probably 4 or 5 cycles. And I hate to think like that. Like, I don't want to think like that, because I can't. It's over with, and it's not her fault. Like, she looks at the scans anyways, so it's not like she didn't see it. It's just she needed to visually see where I'm at in my cycle and tell me that. And it all makes sense. Like, doing these fertility treatments, it's not working. We're doing everything we can to make it work. Like, it makes sense. I have PCOS. I'm fighting against it. So she is putting me on dexamethasone. I don't know how to say it. Basically, it's a steroid, and it improves the ovarian response to like the treatments that we're doing, the protocols we're doing for IUI. It's typically for an IVF cycle, but we're putting it on now to see if it will help with the IUI. Then it will flow into IVF if we're going to do it. I'm also being put on metformin, which is used for diabetes and PCOS. It helps, it just helps with everything. Like, it helps just regulate everything. I don't really know like all the medical terms, but so I'm being prescribed those 2 to start for this cycle, also with letrozole. So I'm doing letrozole 5 milligrams. I'm not sure the milligrams of the other 2 yet, which I think they just, oh no, that's a different text. I get a text when they update my portal, but they're gonna update my portal with all the instructions, what both medicines do, how much to take, when to take it, send all 3 prescriptions over for all 3, like the letrozole, metformin, and the dexa, whatever it's called, to get started. I think I'm starting those Friday. Basically, I'm scared. I'm scared of what this med's gonna do to my body. I need to watch my diet, she said, which all the instructions will be in my portal. So I need to do a lot of reading and research within the next couple days before I start this. I feel just a little discouraged because I thought last time they said that sometimes she approves more IUIs if I've been pregnant before with IUIs, but with my age and the fact that I do have PCOS and like all of the factors put together, she does not approve anymore. There is no more. So I have 1 more IUI, and then we have to make the decision to jump to IVF or to be complete with our journey here. I don't know. I'm, like I said, I'm so sad and like discouraged right now, and I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to turn it around because I'm so lucky to have the things that I have. So lucky to have my son. I don't know. I want another baby, and I wish I would have known some of this information a little bit ahead of time, and maybe I should have been more of an advocate for myself, saying like, I think I have PCOS, I think I have PCOS, because I have all the signs of it. I literally have every single sign of it, and I have since I was like freaking 14 years old. So I don't know how it's gone this long. People have talked about it. It's been danced around, the idea. They wanted me to do an exploratory surgery a while back when I was with a family planning doctor, and this was prior to even having Cruz. This was like 6 years ago maybe, and I decided not to because there wasn't really anything they could do to help me. Just to say I have PCOS, like, I wasn't sure. I kind of wish I would have done it back then, but like I said, I'm not going to play the what if, should have game. So yeah, a little update. Hopefully this cycle, adding the 2 medications in, will help regulate and just get it done. So fingers crossed that's the case and IVF can be off the table, but if not, I need to decide what we are going to do. We need to decide. Scott's like, I'll do whatever you want to do. I just need to know. And I'm like, no, I want to talk about it, which he does too. But like, he is all about what you want to do, I want to do. And I appreciate it. He's my hype man, but we need to have a serious talk about it. Today's weather is just current mood. Like, this is it. This rain is gnarly. I just picked up all my medications for this next cycle. Good thing is my insurance covers quite a bit on the actual like Hy-Vee prescriptions. Whoa. And my shot is also discounted, so when I ordered my shot today, which I did do that over lunch break, I got these going. I'm out of breath. My shot was only 56 bucks, which it's like originally 2 something. And then my medications were just now $29, which I think is pretty good for the whole cycle. I'll take that. This is for IUI, so not IVF, but my last IUI cycle. So I don't know what's in this bag, but this is my steroid, the Dexa, yep, whatever you say, Dexa, whatever. And then I have my progesterone. I actually have 2 of these. She says they're 2 different brands, but they're the same. It's the same thing, but she said not to mix the bottles, so I'm not really sure why. But progesterone is after the IUI you take until you find out if you're pregnant or not. And then if you are pregnant, you continue to take it for like a little bit, for a couple weeks, I think, if I remember right. Or it's like till you're 8 weeks pregnant. And then my letrozole, I am starting on Fridays. So normal meds, I take IUI. And this big ass bottle of metformin. I keep wanting to say metformin, but it's metformin. Take like a tablet for like a couple days, and then you get up to 2 tablets a day, then you get up to 3 tablets a day, and you end up taking it for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I actually was reading on that, it's one of the ones, if you do get pregnant, you stay on metformin till you're like 16 weeks pregnant. So, to be honest, with this whole PCOS stuff, and I was talking to my friend Adriana because she deals with a lot of this stuff with her diabetes and like some of the same medicines, like that metformin's also used for diabetes. And I don't know her like exact everything she uses in her like diagnosis or whatever, so I'm not gonna say anything, but she was helping me today with like determining like that medicine helped her, it made her feel more normal. And I'm looking back and I'm like, this whole time, this whole time, I felt like shit. Infertility stuff or not, like girl time knocks me the F out. My insides have never felt, they're normal to me, but looking back, I'm like, they're not normal. Like there's no way that's normal. And I've heard people say that, and I've tried to eat the way I'm supposed to and make it better, and it does help. But I'm wondering if this metformin will actually make me feel better and make me feel more normal. And also help with fertility stuff. But it was nice to talk to her because I was like kind of super scared of taking it because they send you like this long explanation of it, how to take it, how it's gonna mess up your GI tract, which it probably still will. Diarrhea, bloating, like all those things can happen, but it can happen with pretty much any medication, to be honest. But this one, I guess it does hardcore, and you have to watch kind of what you eat. When it comes to like flour and sugars, I think I need to read more on it. But that's just a little update, and I got all my medications to start tomorrow night. I just got off work and Scott is unloading everything, which we'll get to that first in a second, but I got this Amazon package and I'm like, I didn't order anything. I joked with Scott, I'm like, what did you get? And he was like, I don't know. And so then I came inside and noticed it was from me. And I'm like, what? And it's this thinking of you box and this sweet freaking note. It says, you know you're good when you can even do it with a broken heart. Thinking of you today as you start your final meds, or your meds for your final IUI. So, love you so much, from Carly. Really down in the dumps the other day, and she texted me and checked on me, and I kind of like told her what was up, what's been going on. And we joked that the new Taylor Swift song, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart, is like my theme song, but I freaking love that song. So that's what that means. But are you kidding me? Like, she's seriously, I am just surrounded by the best of the best people. Cozy snuggle blanket just for you. Like a warm hug, this blanket is always ready to make your day just a little cozier. Oh, I didn't even know Amazon had something like this. What is happening? A candle, fuzzy socks. This actually smells amazing. A little loofah. I think that's a straw cleaner. Oh, and a straw with a, oh my gosh, a cup, some bath bombs, soap. That's what I'm smelling, I think. What is this? Oh, a headband and a sleeping mask and a scrunchie. How freaking cute. Carly, I think you watch my vlogs. A shower steamer. I love these. Shower steamers are so fun because I take showers more than I do baths, but I'm thinking I'm going to have to take a bath. I love a good bath and a good book. So, oh my gosh, Carly, I love you so, so much. I have to text you like right now. This is so thoughtful. I have literally the best friends. Even if it's a little text, they are always checking on me. It is the sweetest thing, and I'm not one to like love the attention, but it is so appreciated. And Carly, this is above and beyond. Getting ready to go take a lunch break, and I have a package at the door, making sure you can't see my address. Another month, another shop delivery. It is April 30th, almost May. And we are prepping for another IUI. This will be the 4th official IUI, 5th round of meds, but one got canceled. But this is all it is. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge, make sure. Yep, Avadryl, and put it in the fridge. Taking advantage of these feel good days. I'm gonna do a lower body. I think it's lower bodies with shoulders. It's gonna be like lots of squats, push press. I think some sumo squats, banded hip thrusts, shoulder press regular. I can't remember. Happy Thursday. I'm picking up my lunch. I just logged off. It's 12:30 and I'm headed to the doctor's. I have a doctor's ultrasound, just like a check-in today to see where I'm at with my medicine and what the plan is to go from there. So I took a half day today and I'm actually off tomorrow for my mom's birthday. So it's kind of like a long extended weekend, but not doing anything fun obviously today by going to the doctor's, but that's okay. I at least can go and not stress about work. So filling up the dog's water. I just had some Good Culture cottage cheese and a chicken sausage for lunch. No greens, I should have, but I just kind of ran out of time. We're gonna turn the TV on for Sis. It's supposed to kind of storm all night or day, and she has been up all night panting, and this morning it kind of did a little thunderstorm. So I'm gonna put some TV on and head out the door. We kind of have a busy day after the doctor's appointment. I have to go pick up a cake. We're supposed to pick it up by 2:30. I have an appointment at 1:30. Scott has a meeting at 1. So we're hoping one of us can get there by 2:30. I think I'm gonna text the girl when I get to my doctor's appointment just to like let her know what's going on. And then we're gonna come home. I need to go to Target to get a few things that I need for tonight and tomorrow and the weekend. So we're gonna do that, get Cruz, come home, then go downtown to eat. We're going to Mission Taco. I'm actually really excited. I feel like Scott and I have been there one time, a different location, but we're kind of confused. We can't remember if it was that one or a different taco place, so I'm excited. I hate that the weather is this bad. I was hoping we could sit on a patio, be outside, let the kids run around, but I'm excited to see my mom, my dad, Charlotte, my brother, Cruz, obviously. I wrapped my mom's gift. I found some pink candles. I still want to get some plates that are pink. I have written my mom's card, but I need Scott to, and Cruz did. Got Madison, her shower, and Carly's wedding shower are tomorrow as well. Or no, on Friday, Saturday. I keep thinking today's Friday. So I put together Madison's little basket. I kind of went crazy, but it's one of those things where I've been buying random shit that's been on sale the past 6 months. So now it's like turned into this. And then I felt like I had to get something off a registry. So we did this, and then Scott's bringing diapers because it's like a dual baby shower. So I think it turned out so cute. Got some of my favorite things. I'll walk through it later. I don't have time right now. And then Miss Carly, my table is a disaster. It's a catch-all. Miss Carly's getting married too. So I got her the Ninja blender set. It's like, has different blenders and stuff. Now we are headed to the doctor's office. I'm wearing my squishy pants with just my water and cruisy snacks. Little doctor update. I went today. Today is May 2nd, and we did a follicle scan, and I have, again, too many follicles that are matured enough to move on, but because of where we're at, and this is the last IUI that they're like approving, we're gonna go for it again. Last time we went for it, we had 3 last time. We have 3 again this time. We have one that's at a 21 average, which is really good, and then we have another that's at like a 16, and the one that's at a 19. So they're all really pretty high, which is kind of scary, but we're gonna go for it and hope for the best and hope that only one sticks. So she told me when I come home, take my shot. I just got home, so I'm gonna wash my hands, get everything ready, Band-Aid, shot, and an alcohol pad. It is downpouring outside. Like, my pants and shirt are soaking wet. After this, I am going to go throw them in the dryer, so we have to go to dinner tonight for my mom's birthday. So I need to refresh, but we are going to do this shot real quick, wash my hands. She was pretty confident in this cycle. She's like, you have so many, like, let's just go for it. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna do an IUI tomorrow morning. It's actually going to be later than normal. We're not going until 10 o'clock drop off, 11 o'clock IUI, which kind of tomorrow, of course this would happen. Like tomorrow I have off to spend my mom's birthday with her tomorrow all day. We usually go to breakfast, get a coffee, go antique shopping, go to lunch, go back to shopping, go home. But now it's just gonna be a lunch and like later shopping instead. So I'm gonna try to make the most of it. I need to tell her tonight, which I hate that I have to do that, but when your body calls, you gotta do it. So this is what we're doing. I have an alcohol pad, a Band-Aid, and the shots. So I just have my pre-filled syringe of Avidrol. I'm gonna pull it off. Get the bubbles out as best as can. And then you like make sure a little bit comes up, and it does. I'm gonna clean her up, pinch really hard. Release and start pushing it in. I always have to like sway. Oh my god, this burns this time. I think I'm pushing it too far into my belly. Oh my god, why does this hurt so bad this time? Done. Why does that hurt so bad? Maybe it's prepping me for freaking IVF. Those women are freaking warriors that do IVF. I lost my spot. Oh, there it is. Freaking warriors. I hope I don't have to deal with it. Not deal with it. I hope I don't have to go through it. But I'm very aware of our next steps of possibly having to go through it. So let's hope this one is a lucky charm. Maybe the fourth is a good luck charm.
Running low on the borderlines, and you tell me that you're doing fine. Morning color lights the hall, pulled you right on through the door. So hold onto all that feels.
It is May 15th p.m. nighttime, and I just clear blue tested like a pregnancy, not pregnancy digital test, and this will pretty much tell me if this last final IUI worked or not. I know it hasn't worked because I've been kind of testing this cheap like strips every morning basically since Sunday, which was Mother's Day. That would have been day 9 post IUI. I got a positive pregnancy test with day 10 with cruise, and I know every pregnancy is different, everybody is different, it doesn't always have to be like that. I'm waiting on this to like finally go, even though I know it says not pregnant. It would have already been positive, so I've kind of already gone through the emotions and the roller coaster of how I feel. I've already cried, I've already been a little depressed. I feel like Scott and I talked about this last night. I get really sad during the day because I'm here alone. And then at nighttime, I am kind of distracted. Not that I'm not sad, but it's not something I'm constantly thinking about. And I like spend time with Cruz and my husband, and it just is not something constantly on my mind. When I'm here alone during the day, I work from home, it's easy to, yeah, okay. It says not pregnant. So it's easy to get caught up, if you can see. So it's easy to not get caught up in, or to get caught up in like wanting to test and test and test and hoping that it turns positive. Regardless, my official test date is Friday. 2 days. There would be a positive if I was pregnant. So I will continue to do the cheap test tomorrow, and I'll do one more Friday morning just to make sure when I call the doctor that's for sure positive. My guess is I will start my period Friday. I typically start the day that they tell me to test. I usually start that afternoon. So this is kind of a weird time to film because I've already come to terms with the fact that it did not work. We've already talked what the next steps are like in our household. We have not met with the doctor yet, but IVF is what is next. So Scott and I have discussed money is definitely an issue, as it is for many people with IVF, and something I thought would hold us back. But I think at this point, Scott said, you know, if it's the money you're stressed about, we're gonna figure it out. We'll do it. We'll figure it out one way or another. But he wants to make sure like I am personally ready for what it entails. Like obviously you have to give yourself injections every day and your emotional roller coaster, like it's just 10 times, if not more, taxing and mentally, and of course my battery would die in the middle of that conversation, but it's the woman's body that is going to go through all the changes, right? Like obviously the husbands get the brunt end of like the stress and the roller coaster, and like they're in that with you, but like your woman is the one that is getting all the shots, is gaining the weight, is getting the hormonal acne, is just going through it, and has to be the body that is getting all the injections, etc., especially in my situation. But I've come to terms with it. I am not personally ready to stop this journey. I want another baby. I thought maybe at the end of the IUIs, if we didn't get a baby, that I think we would be okay with just being Cruz's parents. Not that Cruz he's amazing. He is perfect. He is everything I've ever wanted. I just want to give him a sibling. I want another little baby. I want to be a mom again. Our family is not complete. Yes, it's complete, but I want one more to feel more complete. I know I will. And I'm not ready to finish like I thought maybe I would be. And so now on Friday I have to call the doctor and basically tell them it's a negative, and we need to set up a consult to talk IVF. We have a consult, we've had consults in the past about IUI and the pricing, and we've discussed IVF just tiny bits, like just gave us like pricing sheet. But now I want to go in and be like, okay, now for real, how much does my insurance cover? Which I am very lucky that I have a job and a position at my company where I do have some coverage. And it's been fantastic with IUI, but I'm still spending over $1,000 per IUI. I want to say it's almost $2,000 per IUI with everything, like your ultrasounds, your medications, your shots, the pills, the pharmacy, like bills, going in for scans, the actual insemination, like all of that adds up. And I know with IVF, it's like obviously 10 times more, bigger procedure, doing an egg retrieval. There's more to it. So that is the goal, but I can't call until Friday because that's our Friday is our official test date. Like I said, I'll keep taking cheap tests tomorrow and Friday just to be sure. But this old gal should say positive, just like if you would miss your period 5 days early, like this should say something. At this point, I'm 2 days out. This should say something. So we're chalking this final 4th IUI as a failed IUI, and I'm pretty sad about it. I actually am glad I'm filming now and not like 3-4 days ago, because I went through the emotions, especially finding out on Mother's Day it was still negative. I was just very I don't know. I put on a brave face. I'm really good at it. I'm good at masking it all down until I'm not okay, and then I blow up, and I've had that moment already this week. So I'm gonna wash my hands, move on with my day, go pick up my son, and enjoy my evening with him. But I figured I would just give a little infertility update, and I'll take you when we go talk to the doctor about IVF and like what the next steps are. So our journey continues.